What is going on, guys? We got a lot to talk about, so let's get straight into it. This is a projection sheet that I'm sharing with you guys for free today. Now, I'll explain what all these numbers mean in a second. These are all the projections I made myself. It's a model I made. I make it for every single Call of Duty game. And really, the basic things you need to know is up here, you got the match that it is. So in this case, it's FAZE versus New York Subliners tomorrow. That's the second match out of the 5 matches we're getting tomorrow, I believe, for the major. And tomorrow's the winners bracket, so I'm expecting some banger games, man. I got all these projections already ready in the server. We'll get into that later, but basically up here you'll see the map 1 vetoes that I'm thinking we're going. Obviously you guys know the veto process goes. Both teams ban the map 1, both teams ban the map 2, and then one team bans map 3, and the team that banned map 3 picks map 1, and then the other team picks maps 2 and 3. So that's how the veto process goes. So that's how I make my map predictions. And then once I have my predictions, I put a little note down here, and then I make projections based on those map predictions. So these projections are always heavily based on the map predictions, and really what the point of this is to get ahead of the early lines, because as you guys know, Call of Duty lines are very low before maps release, but once the maps release, the lines get bumped up and adjusted to those maps. So it's really a good strategy to try to find value before the maps release. And over in the server, we've gotten very good at that over the months of doing this. So I'd like to bless you guys and share you guys with a sheet for only 1 match for free here on the channel. And if you see all these highlighted colors, basically the green is favored for the over, the red is favored for the under, and the yellow has a risk factor to it, and that usually ties into the note that I write right here or here. So in this case, I'm gonna go over every player, and I'm gonna go over which plays I like from them and why, and I'll just basically briefly touch on the subject. And we'll start with map 1, man. Map 1, we got sub base in Karachi getting vetoed. If you see here, I got Karachi projections because that's the map that I think FaZe would pick against New York. I mean, New York has been getting slammed on it, but really the reason why I have Rio right here as a possibility is because, I mean, if I was New York, I would be banning Karachi, right? They just got slammed on it by LAG, I believe, and just some other weaker teams, man. So I don't think they're very comfortable in Karachi hardpoint. That being said, we hadn't seen them play Rio yet, and then we saw them play it against Optic, one of the better teams on Rio, and they actually beat them pretty convincingly. So the last time they played FaZe, they actually banned Rio map 1. But I don't know, man. If I was the coach, I'd try it. I'd try to just ban Karachi, get that bad map out of the way, and then play Rio, because that's most likely what FaZe would pick if they ban Karachi. And then as you guys know, Rio really favors the overs because it's just a kill fest in that map, man, and it's just tons of kills. And right now the lines are very low. I think the lines are more attached to like Karachi kind of predictions on Prizepicks, so there's tons of value there if we're expecting Rio. I am low-key expecting Rio. I personally think that's what we're gonna get, because I think Subliners are going to want to ban Karachi and have a better chance at Rio. They just beat Optic. They should be pretty confident on that map. Hydra, Kismet, and Sib, I mean, those guys could fry on a map like Rio. That's kind of made for them, so I'm surprised they weren't picking it throughout the online stages. Maybe it's just a trick they have up their sleeve. So I'm hoping to see Rio. I think we might see it, but just for the safety, this is why this is all highlighted yellow. These are actually projections for Karachi. It's just another little safety net I want to throw in there in case they don't pick Rio for whatever reason and they go Karachi instead. I just want to make sure we're still going with good overs for both of those maps. Now, last time they played Karachi, it was a blowout. Obviously, New York is a very strong team. I think they're going to correct these kind of things, and if they do go Karachi, I don't think it'll be that much of a blowout. I'm sure FaZe will still find a way to win on Karachi, but New York should come in a lot hotter and the game should go a lot longer because they're very resilient, man. This is a good team. So these are the projections for Karachi. Really, the strategy we're going to use here is try to find the ones that are still greening on Karachi, because most likely on Rio, everyone's going to go over their lines just because they're super low right now, and Rio is pretty much overs for most players. But really, the ones that caught my eye here are Celium for map 1, because I mean, he's projected to get 22 on Karachi, and he has a line at 20.5. So I mean, he needs 21. He's projecting 22. Like I said, I'm expecting Rio. This guy dropped like 30 on Rio. He fries on Rio. Celium is a god at Rio already, so I'm hoping we see Rio. But even if we see Karachi, we still have a good chance of him hitting 21. I mean, he projected 22, and these projections are based on his averages on Karachi plus the matches played against New York. So, and like I said, New York might come in hotter on Karachi, so the game might be a lot longer, and that will lead up to Celium getting more opportunities to get kills. So I really like Celium for 22. He has a line at 20.5. I think he gets there. That's a solid pick if you guys want to consider that one. The other one that greened on Karachi as well was Draza. Draza, man, he's not the type to really fry on map 1s. unless it's Rio or Karachi. So I mean, this series is kind of made for him to pop off. He's projecting 24 kills on Karachi. On Rio, he's been a demon as well, so I have no problem on him getting 23 kills. The reason why I prefer Salium personally is because his line's at 21. So if for whatever reason we don't see Karachi or Rio, we see Skid Row, for example, that's another map these teams would like to play, but I don't see it being played this time. But if they do go Skid Row, I want you guys to understand there is a possibility and understand the risks. I would personally go with Salium, but Draws is a solid pick. But Salium should be able to clear on all three of these maps just because his line's only 21. Skid Row would probably be a banger. I don't think it'd be a blowout, but Skid Row does tend to be a map for unders. But I mean, like I said, Salium has a line that's very reachable on any of these maps, and with the kind of caliber of player he is, especially on land, going up against a top team that just beat them, I think he's gonna come ready to play, man. So I like Salium over 20.5. I like Draza over 22.5. You guys can make your own choices. I mean, realistically, if it goes Rio, any of these guys could go over 20.5. If you think that it's gonna go Rio, I'd probably go Salium, I'd probably go Draza, Hydra, and probably Sib, man. Sib's probably gonna pop off on Rio. These are his projections for Karachi. If it goes Karachi, he probably goes under, but if it goes Rio, he's probably gonna fry. So that's why this is highlighted yellow. It's more of a risky play to take this just in case we see any of those maps. So really for the map ones here, for the map one column, there's tons of value on Salium and Draza. I'll let you guys make your own choice. I'm pretty much just gonna go through all the picks, kind of explain them all. So moving on to map 2, we are expecting Terminal and Rio to get banned. I mean, these are pretty much their auto vetoes, and we're expecting New York to be the team that picks maps 2 and 3, right? Because FaZe will likely want to be team A to ban high rise for control, so that'll leave them picking either Karachi or Rio map 1, and that'll leave map 2 and map 3 being up to New York to pick. So I'm expecting them to go with high rise simply because they just 6-0'd them last time they played. They 6-0'd them on high rise. I mean, New York's been probably the strongest search and destroy team in the league right now. So, and they slammed FaZe in high rise. I don't think they're gonna pick Invasion or something like that. I just don't see that. Or even Karachi. I mean, why wouldn't you pick high rise again if you just outclassed them 6-0? That's kind of an easy read for me. And really the only play that stands out for me here is Kismet, because one, he cleared his line when he played them on a 6-0. Kismet cleared, and then this time I do think it should be closer. I don't think they're gonna 6-0 them again, especially not on the stage on a LAN event where pretty much they're fighting to stay in that winner's bracket position and get the easier route to the final. So I really do think Kismet will be able to clear this line again. He's projecting 9. He has a line at 7.5. I mean, Kismet's kind of known for being the bulldog on search and destroy, man. This guy just comes in. That's usually when he turns up. He kind of has weaker map 1s and then he starts turning up on map 2. Yeah, that's just, he's kind of just an S&D kid, man. This guy's gonna come in and fry, and if he gets competitive, I mean, he's probably gonna get traded out every round, so he'll be getting a kill, getting traded, or maybe even 2 pieces and just tons of impact. So I have plenty of faith on Kismet reaching his lines if you want to look for a search and destroy play. But really, I know these lines are all kind of shooting for the unders, but I wouldn't go under on any of these players on FaZe, just because I mean, FaZe is also a very good search and destroy team. It's been a lot weaker lately, so they are projecting under, but I wouldn't put too much faith in it. I mean, if you're a risky kind of guy, you can make your own choices, but the only player that really stands out to me here is Kismet over 7.5. I think he gets 8 easily, especially if the match is closer than it was last time. But that's another solid pick you guys could consider. Now moving on to map 3, we got Invasion, man. So FaZe is pretty much auto vetoed high rise every time, and this is where New York kind of struggles. They struggle on control. This is where it gets kind of iffy for them, but really their struggles are mostly on Karachi. Karachi is just a map that they've been getting slammed by every team on, and they just really haven't figured that map out yet. So if I was a New York coach, I'd probably say, you know what, screw that. If they ban high rise, just go Invasion. I mean, Invasion is a very annoying map for the players. I imagine it's very defensive heavy, so if especially the top teams, they probably don't like playing it much because it's kind of corny. But I don't know, I mean, if I was New York, I'd rather shoot my shot and just play that cheesy map rather than just get 3-0'd on Karachi again. So we're hoping that they got that kind of common sense, and we got Invasion as the map 3 pick, and we're expecting it to be close. Like I said, these are very, very good teams that could obviously hold their defensive line and probably just trade out ticks for see who gets the defensive round on round 5. So we're expecting it to go the distance, but I mean, anything could happen in control. So you guys got to kind of make your own calls. That's why we got 3 different picks on of each color here, because if you want to favor the unders, man, the value you got here is Kismet projecting 18 kills. He has a line at 23, so I mean, for him to get 23, man, I don't know where that line came from, to be honest. Maybe they're expecting them to play high rise or something. I mean, because he's not going to get 23 on Karachi. He's probably not going to get 23 on Invasion. He's projecting 18 on that, and then Karachi, I think he got like 7 against FaZe last time. So I mean, really, like I said, there is a risk of a 3-0, but on Invasion, it's not very likely with these 2 teams. But if you want to favor the unders, I'd probably go Kismet or Sib, just because they have lines that to me really don't make sense. I mean, Sib is at 22.5. His makes a little more sense, but he is projecting 17, so that's giving us tons of value on the unders for both of these guys. I mean, it's kind of the same value. You got to just pick your poison if you want to favor the unders. Then as far as the FaZe squad goes, for Invasion, it'd probably be Draza to go under. He has a line at 23.5, so he needs 24. He's projecting 21. I mean, it's a little tighter, but there's still tons of value there if you guys want to favor the unders. Plus, I mean, mostly, usually when it's unders, there's only one player on one team that drops over their line, and then everyone else is probably like at 15, 16 kills. If it's like a 3-0, 3-1, probably everyone goes under this. So really, you gotta, when you're betting map 3s, you got to just kind of predict whether it's going to be an overs map or an unders map, and I got you value for both, so you guys can make that choice on your own. That's the 3 under picks. If you're looking at overs, I like Skies for the over, man. Invasion's a map where Skies could hold off a bunch of angles, bunch of crosses, and once they get that push up, they push up to try to trap them, I mean, if they get to that point on defense, I mean, he'll probably be holding tank or main or holding A street and just milking a bunch of kills, farming kills off of tanks. I mean, he could easily reach his line. His line's at 20.5. He's projected for 22, so there's some value there for sure for Skies. Hydra pretty much breaks even with his line. He has a line at 25. He has a line at 24.5. He's projected 23. I'm not taking Hydra's under though, so I mean, you guys can make that call. That's why I kind of left it blank. It has no value. The highlighted ones are kind of the ones that stood out to me personally, so some of these might not make sense why I left them blank, but it's just because I personally wouldn't take that. But I mean, feel free to ignore the highlights and just use the projections and use your own knowledge to make your own decisions. I'm just kind of sharing with you guys the projections that I made and where I think there's value. And obviously, if you look at the FaZe squad for the map 3 overs, I'd probably go with a BZ or Simp, man. And I know a BZ's line is a lot sharper. It's 23.5, and he projected 24. I mean, he projected 24, but if this game goes close, man, like I said, a BZ just cashed my line. He dropped like 32 kills last time he played Invasion. It was a blowout too. It was like 3-1, and he cashed that line in like the second round. I mean, the guy cooks on Invasion control, so I have no problem putting my faith on the BZ when it comes to map 3s. Obviously, the other guy that projected a little higher is actually Simp. He has a line at 23.5. He's projecting 25, so technically in the books it looks like Simp has more value, but honestly, whenever it's Invasion, my brain automatically goes to a BZ, and he never lets me down for the map 3s, so I'll let you guys pick your poison. Look at these numbers, compare them. I'm just giving you guys my insight, like I said. And then if you look at the map 1 and 3s, man, really you want to be careful here, because these projections are just these projections added up, right? Because it's maps 1 to 3, and these are map 1, map 2, map 3 projections, right? So simple math. It's just the sum of all these 3. So these numbers here are based off of the Karachi projections, but like I said, we might see Rio map 1, so take it with a grain of salt. That's why some of these are under their lines, but I did not highlight them because they'll likely pop off on Rio. And just to make it clear, the only one that I would probably take under here is Kismet, just because he did play Rio and he did not do as good as we thought he probably would on that map. As far as kills go, he was kind of getting the rotations and getting on hill and just kind of getting traded out. The guys that were more consistent with kills were obviously Hydra and Sib, which is why Sib is yellow here. He only projected 44, man, but if it goes Rio, Sib's probably dropping a 30 bomb, so you could just go ahead and add 10 here and it'll be 54. So that's why it's yellow. If you don't think it's gonna be Karachi, I would not touch Sib's 1 to 3, man. It's not worth it to me. If it goes Rio, it's a wrap. He's going over. So really, I'm fading Sib. That's why it's yellow. Then you got Skies, right? Skies is projected 46. He has a line at 46.5, so he needs to get one more than projected. But I mean, Skies, one, he could pop off on search. We've always seen that. Skies could just have tons of impact on search and destroy alongside Kismet. And also, these are projections for Karachi, man. If we see Rio, he's probably going to get 23 or something like that, right? So I mean, that instantly boosts this up. I have faith in Skies popping off on all 3 of these maps. I really do see it happening, so that's why it's highlighted green, even though it projected 0.5 under. I still find value in the over for him. You guys feel free to make your own choices. But Kismet, if you want to go under on anyone in this 1 to 3, man, the only guy that I see that I would agree with you and I wouldn't hate it is Kismet. Now Hydra has a line at 53.5. He's at 53. You could say the same for Hydra as I did for Skies. I didn't mark it green for whatever reason, but I'm just realizing that it's kind of the same thing. I mean, Hydra is a top fragger. He could easily fly over his line, but he projected 53. Draza projected 51. His line's at 50.5, so he projected over by 0.5. I mean, same kind of deal. That's probably a solid over for 1 to 3s as well, but there was just not much value in the projections. That's why it's not highlighted. Go to Simp and Abizi are the ones that are projected way above their lines. I mean, their lines are at 52.5 and 51.5. Abizi's projecting 55. Simp is projecting 54, man. My favorite one here is easily Abizi. I think Abizi flies over his line today if it goes our way. If it goes Karachi, high rise Invasion, he should have tons of impact, especially on Invasion and probably high rise. I mean, he's projecting 8 kills on high rise, so his SND first bloods are definitely going to help us get to that line. I really do like Abizi's 1 to 3 overs. You guys feel free to go with Abizi or Simp or whatever your gut tells you, follow it. And then Salium's projecting 50. He has a line at 49.5. Same thing, tons of value with him. If it goes real, I'd lock that in. So if you're gonna wait for maps and you're just gonna wait for maps to release and try to get the lines before they launch, before they bump them like crazy, like we know they will, and yeah, man, you could feel free to wait for the maps. And if you see real, man, take Salium over instantly, man, because he's gonna cook. And obviously probably Hydra and Skies, they're gonna cook as well. But those lines are gonna get bumped, man. That's all the picks I got for you guys today. I don't even know how many there is. I mean, let me see. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. We just went over 14 picks, guys, over this whole projection sheet. If you guys like seeing these kind of sheets, I have all the matches already up on my Discord server, so I want to invite you guys over. It's only 50 cents a day. That ends up being $15 a month, guys. Tons of value. I mean, a lot of people drop comments and they tell everyone like there is tons of value there, because you're not only getting my projections, which I post here, but you're getting access to all these channels, man, with analysis for different sports. And I mean, really, these guys are goated at what they do, and the community loves everybody in here, so love to see it. But I mean, if you were to click join right now, you would get the projections for all the 3 Call of Duty matches tomorrow. You'll actually get a $1,000 slip that I locked in right here. So if I scroll down, you'll see a $1,000 slip right here, man. If you guys wanted, then that's basically my favorite 6 picks from the early lines from all my projections. I put them all in the 6, man. They're my favorite 6. We're hoping it's gonna hit. If you guys want to know which ones those are, they're my overall favorite 6 out of the entire day, out of the matches we know already. Hit that link and you'll get the benefits of getting the early lines, and you'll get my favorite 6 picks, man. So if you find any value in that link, bro, it's only 50 cents a day. But that's not it, man. When it comes to Call of Duty, we do live plays, man. We do live plays. Basically what that is we go over here in the Call of Duty chat. As you see, it's very active. To even right now when there's no Call of Duty, they're already talking about it. So yeah, we go in the Call of Duty chat, and basically once everyone's in there, once maps release, we share it. We get before the bumps go crazy, we have a way to get the maps. It's like an hour early before Prizepicks bumps their lines. And we start locking in slips, man. And then for every map, we basically go map by map, and we put a slip in for each map. And it's just a really good way, because we're watching the match, so we're reading the game really well, so we know who's about to fry, who's flopping, who's playing well. Yeah, those Call of Duty live plays get really fun. I mean, it's just tons of us just talking over the slips, man, just dropping in live plays map for map. And you know what, when there's good days, man, we have great days. We just went up 9 units yesterday. We went on a crazy streak with the live plays, and everyone was hyped up. A lot of new members joined. It was like 23 new members, man, and they all had good things to say about the server. And today, I mean, today was kind of mid. It was the elimination bracket, so a bunch of bad teams, but I mean, not a bad day either. And we're back to the winners bracket tomorrow with some banger matches, so we're expecting another banger day tomorrow, man. So you guys really don't want to miss out on that. There's tons of value, guys. You'll get the 6, man. You'll get my projections. You'll get all the plays from all the analysts in the channel, all the mods, and you'll get into a really active community, man, with hella people. I mean, we're almost at like, I mean, I don't even know what we're at anymore, but there's a shit ton of people in here now. And I mean, even today on basketball, you see Fonzie, man, the GOAT. I always mention him in the videos. He's right here. His channel's right here. You get all his plays, but he's very consistent with NBA. So let's just take a look. I'll just scroll up to the secured bags channel so you guys can see what everyone was cashing today. See here, these are some Call of Duty plays. Decent day. Thanks, Jared, for the COD play. These guys were cashing on CS as well. We got Louis in there for CS and Jacoby for CS. We have a CS chat, Call of Duty chat, NBA chat, so you can see very active today, man. These guys cashed CS, so you could have been in that chat cashing with them. These are some of the Call of Duty plays we cashed. This guy cashed as well. So everyone was cashing. I mean, it was a midday, like I said, nothing special. Yesterday was a banger day, man. We went up 9 units, so today was whatever. It was kind of mid. It was the elimination bracket. I'm gonna keep it real, but tomorrow should be another banger day, man. There's all the top teams are playing tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. This guy's giving me a shout out. He's saying shout out to you for cashing that slip. This cash. Jared sends with the live plays. So I mean, yeah, man, tons of value. If you guys want to be a part of that, hit that link, bro. It's only 50 cents a day and $15 a month. So there's definitely value, and you're getting what you pay for, man. You're actually getting more of it. It's just a small fee we had to pay for the amount of hours we put into making these projections every day. I mean, you're getting projections for CSGO and for Call of Duty every day, so tons of work behind it. We had to charge a small fee, and 50 cents a day is a very small price to pay. I mean, especially on days where it's Call of Duty, man, you could come in and the first slip hits, you already paid it. The membership will kind of pay itself, man. But we think it's a very fair price, and obviously the community's happy. So I mean, that's what says it all, man. If the community's happy, bro, then that means we're doing something right. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this sheet. I hope you enjoyed this little breakdown. I'll probably start doing videos like this where I just break down the entire sheet and let you guys kind of make your own reads based on these projections. And like I said, if you want access to all of them, hit that link. Aside from that, drop a comment if you appreciate all these picks. Drop a comment if you appreciate the sheet. Drop a comment if you appreciate the free YouTube videos, man. Consider subscribing for more, and I'll see you guys on the next one.